Ooh, Dryden asked a good question. I bet he wants to know about the future of sketch comedy. Um, so I feel like sketch comedy used to be huge on YouTube, like just short form, but that was before, the algorithm change and they favored like kind of things like this, like podcasts and 10-minute long videos. Do you think it'll ever come back on the internet?
I don't know. As far as like long form sketches, I'm not sure because Vine made them short. TikTok's making them short and goofy.
Mhm.
I mean, there's still life in that. I think you should leave on Netflix. It is a fantastic that show if you haven't watched it. Have you seen it?
Mhm. No.
Tim Robinson, he was a writer on SNL and a bunch of other stuff. It's an amazing show.
Wait, what was it called again? I'm sorry.
I think you should leave.
Yes, I did watch that. I love that show.
Brilliant sketches there, but I don't know. People don't aren't as interested as they used to be. You know,
Mhm.
like I mean, everyone feels like SNL's not good right now. I mean, if you ask people 20 years ago when it was like Chris Farley and Will Ferrell, they'd be like, "Yeah, they're in a rut." Um, I don't know. It feels like it's not the same. And I don't know if it's gonna come back to like Good Neighbor and Lonely Island kind of sketches.
Yeah, I miss the I really do miss those days. I love the digital shorts. I think that was my favorite era of SNL was, like Justin Timberlake coming on and doing like Dick in a Box or Mother Lover. Like those were just classic episodes of SNL.
And that
And
really blew my mind seeing because I loved their YouTube videos before SNL.
really,
So like I always saw SNL as Dana Carvey and Dan Aykroyd and those guys I grew up with. My parents would show me videos of. Just it felt like this weird, unattainable. I don't know, just like on a different planet. And then seeing these guys that I felt like were my friends because I would watch them on YouTube making like shitty, low quality videos. Now
mhm.
they're the new SNL guys. That was the first like, oh, like, I could like do this. I'm not gonna be on SNL probably, maybe I don't know, but I was like, I can like putting dumb little videos online could lead to something bigger. So,
Did you ever try to pursue that? Like really trying to be on SNL?
um, it's not really something you pursue. Um,
Right.
them being who they are, they just kind of pick and choose the people they want.
Right. One
So
of my biggest complaints with SNL right now is literally I think he's the funniest one. They have Kyle Mooney who started online. He's literally like the funniest dude in the cast, and he never gets in the big like SNL shorts.
it is very, very sad.
Mhm.
And some of the cut for time sketches they put on YouTube where
Yeah,
Kyle's being Kyle, they're the best things I've seen from SNL in a long time, and they don't get on air.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Pete Davidson, Leslie Jones, they don't do it for me.
Really, I kind of like Pete sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, different breed. He's a stand-up, not really a sketch guy, and when he's in a sketch,
Mhm.
it's him. He's not like a character actor, really. But yeah, I don't
Who
know.
are some of your like comedic inspirations?
Oof. Steve Martin is gonna be my favorite all time. I think he's a favorite that I'm so unlike, and I could never do what he does. He's so goofy. I'm much more like dry and try to like jokes are written. I say something and it's hopefully clever, or he's like he can make anything funny because he's just so goofy and out there. So it just kind of fascinates me. Uh,
Mhm.
Nate Bargatze is my favorite stand-up comic.
Oh, he's so awesome.
Yeah, Nate
I
is
love him.
special. From Tennessee, very dry. He has two specials on Netflix. The most recent one, Tennessee Kid, is amazing. He's also clean, but doesn't feel like it. You know, like
Yeah.
you don't. Some guys you watch and you're like, oh, this is brutal. This is like cruise ship clean comic.
Mhm.
And this is someone that several of my comedian friends in Atlanta, he's one of their favorites, and also like my mom's favorite. Like he just that's what he does, and he's brilliant.
How
Check
do
in.
you think he's able to do that though? Like, be so respected by comics I can't even think, like, that would be so filthy, but also, like, your mom would watch it after Sunday morning church.
Yeah, I don't know. he's one of those guys that just has the ridiculous ability to, like, there'll be one awkward interaction, like, Starbucks. Says an order, and then she looks at him and knows she didn't get it, and they just kind of look at each other like, "You heard me, right?" Just like a dumb, quick interaction that we have a couple of those a day, probably. Then he can talk about that for 20 minutes and just how ashamed he was. It's
Yeah.
the ability to pull stuff out that you would just never think is funny. Um, that didn't answer your question. I don't know why moms.
No, that's fine.
Uh,
I could tell it was a little bit of a difficult question, but
I think a big deal is that it is clean and doesn't feel clean.
yeah.
It's gonna turn my parents off because he's telling sex stories and saying awful things. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't feel like it, like a lot of those guys do.